This is the Tech Phantom, and welcome to episode 15 of this Dark Souls walkthrough, in which we recount the tales of Conan in the land of Lordran. Conan finds himself in the past in a strange yet familiar area. He has been trying to puzzle out the mystery of this location ever since he was magically transported here through a portal by a giant hand. The hand had an eye in it, the center of its palm, an evil and all-knowing eye. Conan decides to explore the ruins of this great city. It is now populated by corrupted denizens. All of its residents have been somehow affected by the malicious magic of the hand and have become hollows with gigantic heads. There are bloated head hollows and bloated head sorcerers. Strangely enough, one of their arms has also become inhumanly long and large. They attack incessantly, and they're very strong, especially the sorcerers who have somehow tapped into this malicious dark magic to strengthen their own capabilities. On Conan's first trip through the ruins, he was ambushed and attacked by a marvelous Chester spirit. Using his crossbow, Chester dealt two deadly shots, headshots at that, to Conan. Conan's helmet saved him, but the impact and the power of the crossbow were too much, and Conan was thrown off into his death. Conan has come back and will take on Chester's spirit again. And afterwards, he will pay a special visit to Chester and have a longer conversation about just why Chester decided to ambush Conan in this location. Chester is quite a powerful adversary. He's dressed a little bit too dapper for Conan, but Conan still has to respect his ability with the crossbow and his quick martial arts style roundhouse kicks, which are unblockable. Chester also uses darts, which inflict heavy wounds. His spirit goes down not so easily, and Conan expects the confrontation with the real Chester will be even more of a challenge. Conan thinks about this as he proceeds down the dangerous paths of this area. The remains of Ulasil are carved on a mountaintop, and it appears that the residents of Ulasil were not afraid of great heights. The pathways are not guarded in any way, and they're very, very thin and skinny, and it's quite easy to fall off the edge if you're not paying attention. Conan is careful as he goes through the gauntlet of bloated head sorcerers and bloated head hollows. They easily enrage and madly attack with one or two of their deformed long arms. Their senses appear to have been heightened by whatever magic corrupted them, because they can immediately sense Conan's entrance upon an area and start attacking. They're not armored in any way, but their nails are sharp and their scratches act like the claws of a tiger, the claw attack of a tiger, and inflict deep and painful wounds on their victims. One of the mimic chests reveals a crest key. Conan is curious about this crest key and will have to figure out what it opens or what it leads to. It was being guarded by a couple of bloated head hollows, so it could be that a special treasure or special item can be released by the crest key. Conan finally makes it to the lower levels of the Elysial ruins. He has found a shortcut and sends the platform back to the bonfire. He continues forth, yelling out a great battle cry. He burst forth an area replete with bloated hollows and bloated sorcerers. The sorcerers can attack with dark magic, which can kill you either from its direct physical damage or from its ability to poison. Into a great hole. In a great hole, Conan finds a chained prisoner. So even the prisoners of Elysial were corrupted by the dark magic. The prisoner was strapped to a pole when he was consumed by the abyss. He was turned into a strong hunchback-like creature who uses its pole almost like a spear to attack any trespassers. After much battle, Conan finally finds a bonfire. Chrome, this is a very dangerous level. I must be careful and I must fight with more skill. Indeed, Conan has taken on many enemies, and they've all been able to successfully attack him. Something that he has not become accustomed to ever since he regained all of his strength. Pushing forward, Conan spotted an ambush. A myriad bloated head hollows are protecting a sorcerer and a treasure item. Combination of the magic from the sorcerer and a double attack of the bloated head hollows is enough to end this trip into the Elysial Ruins. Conan is quite upset. Grom, grant me revenge. I will not fail. Conan is very upset that this area is proving to be so difficult. He has been felled by enemies twice, more than he can remember failing in a long time. He contemplates his strategy as he moves forward. But Conan is quite stubborn and confident. He has failed before, and he will fail as many times as it takes, as many times as is necessary, to reach Tuthamon and find a way out of this cursed area. And then he will have his ultimate revenge on Lordran, that venomous Tulsa Doom. Conan goes back to the area of the ambush. There are two stalagmite protuberances that he can use for cover. Once he has put away and finished with the bloated head hollows, the bloated head sorcerer is easy prey, no longer protected by the bevy of hollows and by the darkness of the abyss. Conan continues through. He spots ethereal creatures that strangely look like gigantic versions of humanity. This is a strange sort of magic, and it would scare off most adventurers, but not Conan. He decides to push through. The ghostly humanity enemies actually take damage from his sword. They are not completely defenseless though. They seek to attach themselves to humans and take possession of them. Their touch is very painful and causes a lot of damage. They all appear to have come from one source and appear to be dividing into smaller and smaller bits. Perhaps the very tiny humanity that he has become accustomed to in his present time in the land of Lordran came from these larger humanity sprites that over the eons and over time separated into smaller and smaller shards. At last, Conan finds a sigil protecting a wolf from the humanity sprites. Oh, it is Sif. Conan remembers his battle with Sif in the present. Here, however, in the past, Sif is a normal-sized wolf, and he is being protected by a sigil from a great shield, the great shield of Artorias. As he thinks about this, Conan decides that it is time to have a conversation with that snake in the grass.
I'll be seeing
Chester.
you if you survive your travels.
Chester is put off by Conan's admonitions, and right then and there, Conan decides to battle him and duel him.
This is all my fault. How very petty of you.
He uses up close and personal melee techniques
Please.
because he has Chester trapped near a rock. Chester goes down easily to Conan's strong two-handed attacks. On his way back, Conan spots a woman praying
You,
in the spot where Artorias
soul of the man who
died.
fell on the spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part?
She was obviously a friend of or lover of Artorias
Thank you.
and asks for his soul.
Please take this. I no longer need it.
Conan gives her
May the
Ar-
Lord
the
guide you.
soul of Artorias, which he had claimed as a prize during the fight. In exchange, she gives Conan her arms, her weapons. So with the death of Artorias, the Lord's Blade Kieran has given up the fight. She gives up her weapons, and Conan remembers that he found a body with the hornet ring in the future time where Artorias has died. So Kieran gave up her hornet ring as well and completely decided to give up the fight after the death of Artorias. A little bit more exploring, and Conan finds what is behind and what is guarded by the crest key. It's a giant, a retired giant, blinded by the resin that packs the eyes in his helmet, which he cannot remove. He is Hawkeye Gough,
Hatred, rage. The dragons teased out our dearest emotions.
a strong and noble warrior,
And one day, with our twilight, old thoughts return.
and an artist of sort,
Great
with the
waves
penchant for
of
wood
storm.
carving.
Farewell, human. Lead thy life as thou seest fit. Tomorrow is the black dragon posing me duress.
Hawkeye is able to tell Conan a little bit more
I thought as much.
about Black Dragon Calamite.
Calamite, ferocious
Apparently,
dragon,
he's one of the last
mighty and a long
ancient dragons left in this land.
I see little good coming from this, but thy intent is to persevere.
If Conan is willing to fight Calamite,
And
Gough would help.
good,
How will you help, Hawkeye?
bravery without a dash of recklessness. I've taken a liking to thee, and I owe you
Conan will
much for thy
find
service
in a little
to
bit.
Artorias. Now,
Hawkeye has decided to come out of retirement
Gough hunts
to help a fellow adventurer and warrior like Conan. From years of being blinded, his other senses have become sharpened, and he is able to hunt by hearing alone. From his tower, he spies the dragon flying through the air. Using his great bow, he shoots one of the giant arrows that he has carved himself, wounding Calamite in his wings and preventing the dragon from flying away.
Yes. A truer shot.
Conan is quite impressed with that feat.
That will be granted for
That was a shot in a million.
the rest is in thine hands.
Shot by a blind archer at that.
Dragon slaying. Knighthood.
The teachings and the stories from Hawkeye Gough resonate with Conan. He is indeed a noble knight. Similar to Lord Kieran, when Artorias died, he lost the will to fight and allowed himself to be captured and put in the cell. It's obvious that with his great strength and abilities, he could have broken out. But such was his affinity with Artorias that he has decided to give up the fight once his friend died and spend the rest of his life in contemplation and exploring the art of wood carving. A true warrior, Conan thinks. He owes Hawkeye Gough the Calamite kill. The Black Dragon has not truly been a thorn in Conan's sides up to now, but he will hunt him down to thank Gough for his nobility, his teachings, and for shedding a little bit more light about this strange land and this strange time.